Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. I'm going to do Quick Draft Zendikar Rising today. We do actually have enough gems that I could play a Premier Draft Zendikar Rising, which, as we've discussed before, is a better deal if you can get to 3 wins, and a worse deal if you can't. And I kind of feel like I should get to 3 wins most of the time, but the last time I tried it, I got like 0 wins, and I felt pretty bad about it, so we're just going to do another quick draft today. And, you know, as long as you just get 7 wins every time, like I've been doing recently, it doesn't matter which one you play, and you always get to go infinite. Cragplate Bait. Oh, let me open up Draft Sim. Draft Sim ZNR. So, how good exactly is Cragplate? Like, it's okay, I guess? It's 66. Pretty good. Listed as the very worst, one of the very worst cards in great first picks category. I believe Skyclave Pickaxe is also totally fine. Relic Amulet is a big enabler for like red blue, or anything blue like can be okay. But I suspect that the pickaxe is better than any of them. I don't know, these are actually all okay. I'm glad I have Draft Sim because I really have no idea how to pick between these. Also, Deadly Alliance is removal, but yeah, it's 79th. It's pretty good. Not quite as good as Baloth, according to this. Pickaxe is a bit worse. And how about the Florahedron? 90th. So in between those cards, basically, right? Like worse, supposedly, than the Baloth, but better than the Pickaxe, basically. And finally, Relic Amulet is a bit worse. It's very, very close to the Pickaxe, actually. So we have a lot of totally reasonable options. I find it kind of hard to believe that a 7-mana card can ever be great. Like, so many games are decided before that point. But when you actually get to play it, it's pretty good, obviously. It can't be countered and it's hexproof, so it like just instantly ruins blue decks, pretty much. But, I don't know. It's only a 6/6. And I think kicking it is like pretty optimistic. You're really going to have 10 mana? It happens, but... I mean, I don't know. This website puts it like noticeably above all the other options we have. Not hugely above, but like, you know, quite a bit. And it thinks the Florahedron is second choice. Well, I'll try it, I guess. Why not? It'll be fun the 1 or 2 times we get it to go off at all. Like, we get to play it, rather. Ruin Crab. I think it actually is a pretty decent card, right? Yeah, ranked 128th. I assume Malakir Rebirth is also fine. Yeah, it's ranked 99th. So slightly better than Ruin Crab. Veteran Adventurer, probably not as good. Yeah, 127th. Feed the Swarm is excellent, and so is Royal Eruption. Oh, only 135th. I thought it would be better. And Royal Eruption is 81st, so... It thinks if we were picking between these cards first, Royal Eruption would be the go-to. However, I kind of like the idea of aiming for green-blue because we have, like, kicker a little bit, but I guess you're not going to get to kick this very often. So, maybe not. Malakir Rebirth obviously is a pretty cool spell to have on like a 6/6, right? But that's pretty optimistic. And neither of these, like, this doesn't really synergize with the green-black ideas either. I probably should just be taking the best card for a bit here until we find some combo that works. Let's just take a Royal Eruption. We have the option to go red or red-green, depending on what we end up getting. Zoth Consumption is fine. Another gigantic card. I don't know if I really need another of those. There's Veteran Adventurer, there's Fissure Wizard, and Ardent Electromancer. I mean, I'm kind of inclined to try to play some more red aggro stuff. That leaves me open to red-black and red-white pretty easily. Honestly, this even leaves me open to red-blue. I think this is a pretty solid pick in a way that the Veteran Adventurer isn't really. I mean, Veteran Adventurer is a great party enabler, but it's only one card. And I think the Ardent Electromancer is just a great like tempo play most of the time. Geopede or Florahedron? Or Gnarlid Colony? I mean, the Florahedron ramp is good when you're running 7 mana cards, right? But it's obviously like not very synergistic with the red stuff. The Gnarlid Colony is a fine card that could work in like green. But I think if we were actually sticking with red, the Geopede would be a better pick than any of this stuff. How good do you think Geopede is? 117th. I mean, I don't know. I guess we could go with the Florahedron. Being able to ramp out, like even, I don't know. It doesn't synergize very well with small red party stuff. Neither does my big green thing, but I'm not like really committed to either of them yet. This is another reason not to run Premier Draft. Turns out I actually can't make good decisions quickly. I think the Geopede actually doesn't fit that well into like a red aggressive party thing because you can't play it till 3 and you often don't have a 4th land if you're running that deck. So it's kind of just a 3-1 sometimes, which is not good at all. I think I'll take the Florahedron and keep my options open in both colors for now. The Colossus, in case I end up getting enough party stuff. A Nectar Pot to live long enough. Another Nectar Pot or some draw. Actually, this is it's a wizard, which I already have plenty of in red, but or some removal, which is like pretty expensive, but maybe fine. I think I'd rather have some draw. Another Electromancer, okay. I ended up with this weird, not very good red-green deck, and I brought it upon myself. Another Relic Amulet, not that interesting, but if we had aimed for red-blue. I mean, we do have 3 wizards, but I don't think it's a good idea. Is it? And right now, more than half of our deck activates Relic Amulet. I don't expect we'll get to stay that way. Yeah. I'll just take another Nectar Pot. Here's a Cleric. And it's kind of a largish life-gaining thing to help me survive this long. This Zendikon is fine, but not good. Sneaking Guide is a rogue? Okay. The Snarecaster is also a rogue. It helps me deal with flyers, I guess. Okay, this deck is not going very well. Here's like one of the worst cards in the set. Gosh, there's like no red or green here, huh? Take the Sapling Guy. I don't have much kicker, it's just the one spell. Oh, I have Royal Eruption, I guess. Getting that back would be pretty gross. Getting this guy back is like hilariously strong in the late game, but not going to matter most of the time. Maybe I could just take a Hellion? I don't have much landfall enable stuff, but it's a sort of heavy card. We picked up 1 bit of ramp. I mean, this is just, it's a 3-mana 3/3, which is fine. It can fish a couple good spells out of my graveyard. I guess I'll take it. Rockslide Sorcerer. I mean, I have not that many such spells. I think that Might of Murasa or Broken Wings is more important to me. Oh, I love this Bug Catcher, though. It's a warrior, and I have a kind of okay party setup at the moment. All right. I don't know. I'm trying to survive to the late game and using red creatures to do it, and then in the late game I play green creatures. But having the green creatures in my deck is making the red ones weaker, so this is probably all stupid and bad. Reclaim the Wastes is actually probably useful ramp. I'm running several fairly large cards. Even though, like, it doesn't let you play the lands, it makes sure you can actually, like, draw them. The other choice, I think, would be a Pack Beast, which is a nice party card. I don't have that many things that care about party yet, but I have a couple Electromancers and this guy, right? I think a Pack Beast is fine. Hellion or Broken Wings or like another Snarecaster? I'll take the Snarecaster, I guess. I'm glad I didn't pay double for this this entry fee. We have Fissure Wizard or Reclaim the Wastes. I don't think this deck really wants Fissure Wizard. It's not going to be running like super aggressive stuff and wanting to discard lands, for example. My red stuff is there to enable my green stuff, not to like ramp them or to like aggro them out of the game immediately. That said, well, I don't know, I can just take another of these clerics. This deck is probably way too heavy. This warrior kind of sucks. Electromancer is kind of like the whole reason we're running any of this party crap. Another one of these. Maida Marasa. Pass? I don't know. If I want anything, I guess it's a flyer. I've drafted like way too many bad cards. I don't know which ones to cut. This is some late game, and also it deals with flyers early. And it's a mild synergy with my kicker thing. I think Broken Wings is a bit more flexible. Xanadu Stomper doesn't really work for me. I don't have anything that cares about land very much. Yeah, I just have the one pair of Nectar Pots here. And I don't need another giant creature. I don't probably need spare supplies either. Ooh, what is this? It's a party card. Oh, geez, I can't read what colors those are. What's that in the cost? Ah, pay 2 of any one color from among white, black, red, or green? We're not running this, probably. Well, I mean, it's expensive enough that, like, you can't play it till turn 5 anyway, and by turn 5, even if you splash planes, it might be plausible that you have one. And I don't really want anything else. I think I will splash this, actually, because it's a really nice like card draw engine for the mid to late game. Mostly late game, I guess, but also just a solid creature. Oh, it's also, right, it's a party synergy because it's even cheaper if you can play it early. So we might need to splash a couple lands for this, like 2 or 3 planes. That's fine. We could run Sajiri Shelter. As like one of our planes, since most of the time we won't need it as a land anyway. Well, is that silly? I think it maybe is silly. I don't know, like running this gives me more payoff for drawing my other planes, because then I can play this. It makes it slightly less likely that I can activate the 4/6 creature right away, but activating him a bit slower is probably not the end of the world. Well, there's nothing here I really want to play. Oh, Royal Eruption. Probably we're cutting this. And these snare casters, they are rogues, but actually they're probably better than the Sproutling, now that I think about it. We'll get over here. Because I don't have much that can deal with flyers. And I don't have very many rogues. So I have 3, really? Oh, the snare casters, of course. 3 clerics, 3 rogues, 2 warriors, and 3 wizards. So we're actually pretty well spread out. They're just all like, I don't have very many of any of them, and they're all kind of bad. Plus this guy, of course, which is all of them. And also a color fixer for what it's worth. Huh. Well, maybe we just take another Royal Eruption. I don't know, I think I will take Sajiri Shelter because I'm going to have trouble like fitting stuff into my deck anyway. And this I can like run as a land. And this as well, I think, is a great thing to be able to pick back up. Or a good spell to have to let me pick stuff back up. We could take like some removal, but I don't have actually that many big creatures, all told. And Reclaim the Wastes, I'm already running one of, right? Yeah, there it is. Oh, which will also help us splashing white, now that I think of it. I don't think I need another. I really, like, I have a few 5-drops, which is nice, but this 1 7-drop is not something to add a bunch of land draw for. Let's just take this. Base camp, huh? I mean, I am running 3 colors. And some party stuff. I could do it. There's also this, though, and I think this might... Nah, it's probably worse. I won't be able to play it as a sorcery or as an instant that often, and when I can, it's like I need to have the right creature anyway. So let's just take a base camp. Have I drafted 3 lands in a row? I think I might have. Vastwood Surge, more ramp / land draw. I don't know if I really need that. The Scythe Cat might be better, just as like a creature that can kind of tide me over for a bit. But this is so much fun, right? I think it's fine. I don't know. I don't really want either of them now that I think of it. Two basic land cards. I don't have enough cards that are worth ramping to, really. I think this is just a silly idea. So we could take the Sizzling Barrage, but that's not really what this deck is about at all. I'll take the Scythe Cat, although I might very well cut it. A 1/1 Death Touch Rogue is actually great. Keeps the board from getting too out of control. Actually, I might not need to run any planes. I should run one so that I can hit it with Reclaim the Wastes. Was there something else here I ended up picking? I didn't pick it. Okay. But like a base camp, Sajiri Shelter, and 1 plane seems like totally enough white. I don't want any of this. Don't really want any more snare catchers, I don't think. But it's probably better than a 2nd Sentinel. No, I didn't take any Sentinels. Yeah, no. We could put the Colossus in. That's actually looking pretty good at the moment, huh? We did fairly well on party stuff, as well as red-green could it be expected to do. We also got, like, this guy, the super party enabler. And we kind of have a little bit of like ramp and desire to play expensive cards, so even if this guy ends up being kind of expensive, it's fine. Let's pick a Sentinel, I guess. I could take a 1-mana warrior. How am I on warriors? I have 3. I wouldn't mind a 4th. This guy, like, I don't know. I think I might prefer something like just the Broken Wings I've already drafted to deal with some artifact or enchantment that's out of control. But this is... like, it's kind of nice to have cheap party creatures, right? To turn on the Colossus, to draw with this guy, to play this guy more quickly. On the other hand, it's white. What am I thinking? Yeah, I'm not going to have a plains on turn 1 usually. That's actually a bad idea. Another Reclaim the Wastes could be totally fine. I have a couple things worth ramping to and some color fixing to do. It's probably a horrible pick, actually. But I don't think like a Broken Wings would have been any better, since I already have the one that I could put in if I need. A cheap warrior? Okay. I have plenty of cards. I should be cutting bad stuff at this point, huh? Alright. So we drafted, so far, a few too many cards. Just run like... honestly, I believe 1 plains is enough. Because we have the Sajiri Shelter and the base camp. And I'm gonna choose to treat this as a forest, so cut a forest here. This I would rather play as a non-forest if possible, so I'm gonna leave it as is. We happen to be at 40 cards, but did I cut too many lands? 11, 12, 13, 15. Oh, that's way too few. Okay, so I need to put in like... I could put in a plains, I guess. And I'm gonna have to cut something, obviously. I think the Scythe Cat is just not very good. It has the potential to grow out of control, but it costs 3 mana and it's a 2/1 that's not a party creature, right? And an opponent will often be able to remove it before it does get out of control. So I don't think we should be like counting on that. 11, 13, 16. Still seems pretty low. We are running, of course, this, which is always a mana card, whether it's a creature or a land. But... well, we have several cards that draw lands. Maybe I can get away with this. Well, we have 2 Reclaim the Wastes, I think is it. I think I'll try this. This still seems like a bad deck. But it should be fun, right? Okay, our first match. Cyber Robot. Oh, what is this? I do have this as a land. And then I could play a plains, which is sort of nice to have. And I could play a Nectarpot on 2. If I ever drew a mountain, this hand would be very good. But there's no real guarantee that I will. It's not even that great if I get a mountain, right? Let's try for something else. Fine. I have some pretty, like, I actually think I can play this as ramp. And I have 2 rogues, so I don't really need the snare catcher. This will cost 6. I can play this face down and then a forest and this. Or no, I want to play this first. This on 1, and then another forest, this on 2. So this is actually a super slow card. Let's keep this then? I wouldn't be able to play this. Wait. No, I play this on 1, this on 2. Okay, I want the death touch thing. Okay, you have a 2/2. That's very nice for you. I'm not like attacking or blocking this because my sentinel will deal with it later, but right now my sentinel can kill this for free, assuming nothing else happens, but so I don't want to spend any resources on it right now. All right. So a red land would really be the dream here. Oh no. That's the worst. It's a mountain. I mean, you can't complain, right? If I play this, I will get 2 mana back, and I can play my warrior with it. That's a warrior, right? Yeah. And now this guy's playable. I could attack with my 1/1, but I don't want to. Do I? Yeah, I do. Go ahead. Block. I dare you. That opens up all this stuff. Like, I'm definitely on a clock from this thing, right? I have to be pushing pretty hard here. I have no particular way to deal with it at the moment. I don't really threaten to kill anything with this. I think I have to just, like, attack with the 1/1 again. I guess it is my only rogue, so I should play this first. I don't know, I don't mind tapping this. We'll attack first and leave them in some doubt about whether to block, perhaps. I'm pretty clearly losing, though. I just can't deal with that stupid 3/4 flyer. It is not very nice to get to play like a 2/3 flyer for 3 mana and then give it a counter so that it's allowed to attack, you know? Okay, a nectar pot, I guess. I think this is all I can attack with. The Spitfire is just hurting me too much with everything else. And they can block if they want. Oh, they're not going to. Alright, for 8 is cool, I guess. If I can do that several times, I might survive. Sadly, I'm 2 mana away from playing this. Probably getting to be about time to throw away my flyer. I risk them like killing me with Might of Marasa or something if I don't. But on the other hand, like, am I gonna kill them next turn? No. So if they can kill me, if they have Might of Marasa, I'm dead. They either kill me this turn or next turn. Alright, that's exciting. Oh, right. I think we do block this, and here. Getting rid of the Spitfire is actually kind of nice, I think, for me. This is not sufficient to do anything, unsurprisingly. I maybe should have played this first. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to lose 2 creatures here, right? Kind of surprised I've been stuck at 4 lands for so long. The deck is running like a fairly normal number. It's a pretty cheap creature, huh? Okay, maybe I don't understand the cost for this thing. Does it cost 8 mana? 2 of each? I see. I misread the cost. I'll go check the... I don't know, I'm dead, right? I'll just look this up real quick. Well, that's some life. So what exactly is its cost? Like, I don't understand how to read that. Well, if I had waited, I still would... If I had waited to block this guy, I would be dead. I wouldn't be able to play this to kill it. So I got this, like, 1 turn too late, I guess. Maybe I was just playing too scared of their Mighty Marasa and should have, like, just kept taking damage and hoped to draw something that would kill them. Because I didn't have... Yeah, it was pretty clear I wasn't going to kill them on board, right? Actually, I should have held the land. Because it actually does 3 damage if I don't. I would actually be 1 off lethal if I had held this land back. Now I'm 2 off lethal. Or 3, I don't know, something. 3. Yeah, if I'd gotten in 1 more attack with this, and then played this turn a little more carefully, I could have salvaged this game. Huh. No, I don't want to know how much it costs to buy the card. I want to know how much it costs to activate the ability in-game. Here it is on Gather. I see these icons, but I don't understand how to read them. To determine the cost of Tazri's activated ability, you choose which cost you'll pay for each of the 4 mana symbols. Either 2 or 1 mana of the appropriate color. I see. Got it. So there's that alternate symbol. I've only ever in the past seen it as like 2 different colors, right? You put like a red and a green next to each other, it means pay red or green. On this guy, it means pay white or 2, pay blue or 2, Oh, I see. It's not. I assumed there was white here, but it's not. This is like insanely expensive to activate, right? If you have red and green, you can pay 1 for each of those, and then 2 for the others, and it'll cost you 6, I guess, which is probably playable. So it costs white to play the creature, and every color but white to activate it. I see. I think it's still good, unlike this deck. Any other interesting rulings on Tazri? Yeah, Ally, as I thought, is a creature type that doesn't occur in Zendikar Rising, but has occurred in previous sets featuring Zendikar. And then there's a bunch of stuff about reminding you what party means. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, I can reclaim the wastes for white. And then I'll have a warrior and a wizard to bring this guy in, hopefully. Seems good. I don't think I should do it. Like, well, I mean, shouldn't I though? Like, what am I gonna do? Kick this? Play it for 4? I'm gonna be busy when I went on 4 mana, I think. If I play this on 3, this guy can come down on exactly 4. Yeah, I just want to draw another red? I think I should play the Snarecaster here before this, because then I can maybe make use of this guy's mana a bit better. Because this would cost only 3, right? So I play this, and then next turn I'll have 4 mana. I can play this, I'll have 1 left and get 2 more. Then I can play this for 3. Yeah, that's definitely the right approach. Oh, I can't do that because what I'm getting back is all red. No, it's fine. I just have to make sure I don't tap my white when I'm playing this. This is a warrior. Could I do something with that? We play the red land. We tap 3. Well, this guy costs. No, he will cost 3. Yeah, so I can't like play this first because I have barely enough mana to make this play, and this is only it costs 2 and it gives me a discount of 1. Well, this game is starting out like not disgusting, but pretty good. And the Electromancer is free, right? Yeah. Because my party size is 3. And now I have access to 5 mana, with which I should play a Colossus. And go in with the 4/6. I mean, I think I'm attacking with my 7/5. Yeah. Because they can come up with 6 somewhat easily, and I'd rather they didn't. I could attack with the 3/2s. I don't really need them anymore. Okay, sack the cleric to turn my guy off for a turn. Alright, that's fine. I still have several large creatures. Well, 2. Okay, well, I mean, that was really a dream draw. Ideally, instead of drawing the Reclaim the Waste, I would have just drawn the right mana, but it was fine. I didn't need it for anything else anyway. But getting out, like, really early party stuff into my, like, 2 biggest party-enabling cards was pretty gross. And all the mana colors I needed. This is alright, I guess? Since I have Reclaim the Wastes to draw another land. Okay, lands. Oh, okay, we got another land. That's great, actually. I think I will play my Death Touch thing first. Definitely, since I no longer need to like draw a land for turn 2. And I would happily spend it on this. Any red deck that's playing this is fairly aggressive, and I just want to lock that down. White, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's messing this up, but what can you do? I need to not take a bunch of damage, and this is a ways away in the future. My 1-drop trades for their 1-drops. That's all you can really ask for against an aggressive deck. And they weren't able to put Sneaking Guide on it, which is nice. Ooh. I was gonna like play a base camp and then search for a plains. But this is ramp, right? So it lets me actually play a 3-mana thing next turn, which I couldn't do otherwise. Well, I could Search for planes and play the planes, I guess. But anyway, now I have, for more turns in a row, I can get to 5 more quickly this way. Not that 5 is like the most important thing in the world, but... Okay, so here I think we kind of have enough mana that I should be looking at kicking this guy, actually, right? I think I will kick a Reclaim the Wastes for like a Plains and a Forest or something. It means I take 2 more damage. But I'm nearly ready to cast this. I can cast it on 6 for sure, right? And I can play this guy on 5, which should help with the fact that I'm currently dying at 2 points per turn. Oh, opponent missed a turn. That's fantastic. This is also fantastic. Wow. It'll help with playing this guy. I could play this guy next turn, but on 6 I want to play this, right? Yeah. I'm a little scared of this. What combat trick do they have? Sizzling Barrage, maybe? I think I can afford to take 2 damage a turn for a while. I want to see what they're going to come up with. Okay, they had this, which I assume is not what they were going to use. I now have, yeah, that. But let me just get out a 6 mana big creature that can fly. It'll cost 7. I forgot that the kicker is 4. Because I played it so much in decks with that kicker enabler. Alright, well, we'll play this then. Right? Yeah. And now they should be a lot less gung-ho about trying to get damage out of me, since I'm currently threatening 12 a turn against them. Okay, Theodar, fine. Ooh. Like that. But for now, we just have to take it relatively quiet here. Attack with these guys again, having Might of Marasa as what I plan to do with my mana this turn. I could attack with the 1/1. I don't think that's a good idea. I can only Might of Marasa once. They're tapped out. I'm doing 5 damage. They have 6 total health. Yeah, just +3/+3 is enough, right? I would be an 8/7, and they're dealing 5 damage and have 6 health. Yeah, that seems good. And then I can still play the Pack Beast. Okay. Didn't end up getting to ever use the base camp mana, which feels kind of silly. If I'd played it turn 1, I would have had more mana every turn. Well, I would have had more mana on turn 7 and less mana on turn 1. And I kind of spent all my mana, so I think that would be a bad trade-off. I'm kind of surprised this deck even got to 2 wins. It does not seem that great. Not that 2 wins is great. I was saying euphemistically that it seems not great, i.e. that it seems bad. We got a pretty good draw in game 2. like an insanely good draw in game 2. Game 3, I don't know. We just kind of got an alright start and then chained together great cards for no apparent reason. I don't think I can play this. This is much better. I have all my colors. I have a 2, a 3, and a 5, and I think I'll dump the Might Marasa in favor of more aggressive cards. More curvy creature cards as opposed to a situational combat trick. That's a great pickup. Not quite enough to let me play both of these on 3, sadly. Oh. Is there any reason to play that? How do I proceed at this time? This is the land I'm playing for sure. If I play this, I think I play this as a creature? Then I'll have 4 mana. Play this? I don't know, it doesn't actually seem that great. I think I should just play this guy. I can play this as a face-down land at some point, if I ever like run out of lands to play, which looks like it could happen any time now. And so I don't want to waste my mana on it if I can't do anything with it in the next turn or two. Yeah, okay, well there's another land here, which means playing this for ramp might end up being a good idea. But for now, I think we just put down a snare catcher. And don't attack. I don't want to trade. Oh, it wouldn't actually be a trade. I would just trample over it and kill and deal 1 damage. It turns this guy off for a turn, but like they're not going to block, right? This is just 3 damage. Or else I get to kill their creature for free. Yeah. Okay. Well. So I can play this for 1. And then this for 3, getting back... Ah, hang on. I already have a rogue. So this is going to give me back 3 whether I play it before or after. And I can spend that 3 on these guys if I've played a mountain first. And I make sure to tap, leaving my green open. Now this is a 4/2, which I think they still don't really want to block, so I'll go ahead and attack with it. They could lose this to it, and that's like fine, I guess. I kill their flyer before they can give it a counter, and I get in for 1. Or no, they double block maybe. Yeah, they double block and I just kill their creature, but I don't get in for any damage. Oh, you know what? I have the sneaking guide here. I should not throw this creature away. It's actually much better now. I can get in for 4 reliably. I could play this and not get in for 4, but I don't think this creature is very important right now. Actually, a 5/4 would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? that'll be cool later. I want to keep doing this until they prove they can deal with it, I think. And also it keeps my Sejiri Shelter open. What the heck is this? You may play lands from your graveyard. And also landfall effects trigger twice. Wow, okay. I mean, it is a 5/7, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad I didn't spend anything on this 5/4, because it kind of sucks. This card, I don't know why it's rated so high. You just never get to play it. And we just get in there for 4 more damage and make them prove they can stop me. I guess I could have played this guy a while ago. It'd give me a 6th land, but... Oh. Don't cast any kick spells, please. Go ahead, come on in. I need to be careful of Might of Marasa lethaling me at some point, but they're not there yet. In the meantime, I'll save all my blockers until such time as, like, they are threatening lethal in a meaningful way. Yeah, I don't want to play this face down. What am I thinking? It would let me play this, but I can play it anyway. This is just... keeping this in hand to stop some removal is way more exciting. But I'll start throwing creatures away to block this about the 3rd time it attacks, I think. Or maybe I should start doing it whenever they have 6 land untapped for Might of Marasa reasons. 5? Is it just 5? I think it might be 5. Might of Marasa. I typed it super wrong, but Google knows what I mean. Yeah, it costs 2 and kicker is 3. Okay, so it's 5 to play kicked. So right now they have only 4, therefore I'm not messing with it. Also, they're tricolor, I just noticed. Opponent's gone for a quick bathroom break, maybe? I wouldn't mind if they never came back and it resigned them and I won. I think I'm winning here, but I'm not like miles ahead. So securing the win would be desirable. But I don't think this will do it. I think it'll just pass them here, right? Oh, they had another timeout. Okay, we've seen people previously go through 2 timeouts, and on the 3rd one, I think it just kicked them out of the game. Maybe they went through 3 and it was the 4th. I don't know. Oh, you're back. Maybe not. Your mouse moved. Did you forget you're playing Magic? Okay. I accept. I'd like to think briefly about how that 2/1 ramp creature behaves, because it's kind of interesting. Where is it? Here it is. Both times that you play it, it kind of acts like a forest that you can't use till next turn, whichever face you play, right? And so I guess the difference is which resource you choose to spend to enable that. You can either spend your allotment of 1 land per turn, or you can spend 2 mana. In either case, you get the same reward. I mean, a 1/1 creature that taps for green, actually I'm not sure if that's better or worse than a forest. Because on the one hand, like, it can block in dire situations, or attack if opponent has no blockers and you don't need the mana. But on the other, it's much easier to remove. I think you would, generally speaking, prefer the forest. But if you've used up your forest allotment and want to add more mana, then you are, and have mana to spare, then you can play it as a creature. Okay, I don't know. There you go. That was a brief digression there. And we mulliganed there, right? That was a 6-card starting hand, I think? Yeah, because the other one I started with like 2 mountains and a bunch of green stuff. Okay, here's a mono green hand that can search for other colors. I guess I'll take it. Opponent mulligans. Good news. Down to 6, I guess. Any moment now, they'll decide which one to toss out. Or did they mulligan a second time? Maybe I still am like, I don't totally understand. I'm not perfect at reading like what what happens when the cards just flash around. Does this mean they accepted a hand or they mulliganed again? No, down to 5. Ouch. I could wait till turn 2 for this actually, unless I happen to draw like a Nectar Pot that I want to play. Because I don't know what land color I need most. Probably plains, but maybe I'll draw a red creature, right? So let's just not play it quite yet. Alright, it's the Nectar Pot. A little bit annoying, but it's nice to have a Nectar Pot, so I won't complain too much. And I can maybe kick this eventually, search for 2 lands as things are going. Oh, that's a sorcery, I see. You couldn't have tricked me with it. Red, green, sure. Well, come on in. I'm not thrilled about this development. And my 1/4 should do a pretty okay job of blocking this guy. They may have buffs for it. There's a red land. I could kick this to draw 2 lands. How important is it to play the Electromancer this turn versus next? Not very, right? Because next turn I'll have 5 mana. Well, play this for 3, get 2 back. I still can't play this, right? But like, just playing the Electromancer at all is not that important, I think. I just want to get more lands out of my deck so I can draw good stuff. Exciting. At least it's tapped. Do I allow in the 1/1? I mean, if I do, I'm taking 1 damage per turn, and my Nectar Pot's not going to give me more than 1 life per turn anyway, right? I could trade with the Snare Catcher. But I think it's a kind of better, it's obviously a better blocker, but not by a lot. Let's just throw away the Snarecaster. This is going to give me 1 life per turn. Royal Eruption's a great pickup. Oh, the Snare Catcher was my rogue. So the plan of playing this and then on 6 mana play this and one of these doesn't actually work anymore, does it? Oh yeah, it does. I guess I might as well attack here. Get in 1 damage. They could landfall this and attack with both, but I would happily kill the 2/3. And I would be a little scared to block this way anyway, so I don't think I'm missing much by taking the option of blocking. God. You guys are crazy about lands. Okay, this is telling me a couple things. First of all, well, none of these are lands. That's what it's telling me. Some of them might be combat tricks. I don't know, because they wouldn't be able to afford the combat trick anyway. If I block this land, they can actually play it this turn. Or next turn to enable this thing, which would be a bit better, I think. Oh yeah, I need this cleric to get. Yeah, okay, we'll let him a damage for now. Drawing a rogue is actually great, because if I'm careful, I can play the rogue, and then the electromancer, and then the other cleric, right? Play this for 1. Play this getting 3 mana back, and then play this. Yeah, I just need to make sure I have some green untapped is all. I could swing with the 5/4, I guess. Actually, I should. Let's swing with everything. They cannot possibly combat trick me with no mana. Nope, that's the wrong tap. Oh, it's fine. It leaves green and white untapped, which is fine. Okay, the card they just drew was a land because they didn't have any last turn. Horn Beetle. Okay. And they give up. Somehow we're at 4 wins. I don't understand it either. Seems like a grave miscarriage of justice. Out of curiosity, how good is Tazri in Draft Sim? 39th best card. Solidly in the middle of the great first picks category. Maybe in the top, yeah, about the middle, I guess. I have red and green and not quite enough land to do anything, but I think it's better than mulliganing, I guess. This is a pretty brave keep. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do it. I guess I am. I don't know. Greedy enough, maybe? Black, blue. Okay. No Thought Thief, please? They would probably flash it in anyway, right? I remember when Hearthstone was brand new, and I was not like familiar with basically any collectible card game. Like I knew the rules of Magic from years and years ago. I knew with the old rules, I guess, not the current ones. You know, with interrupts and all that stuff. Oh, that's such a great draw. But I remember, like, I was watching a stream, a Hearthstone stream, maybe even a video, who knows, and they flashed in the Thought Thief. I shouldn't have said it. And I remember the player was like, okay, well, I can't play that because they probably have Fireball by now and they might kill me. Or whatever, I don't remember. There's some specific card that a mage has, Fireball or Pyroblast, I don't remember. And I was like, man, how do you ever remember? Like, how do you know what cards are available? There's just like a ton of cards printed. How could you know which ones matter? And it's kind of nice to be at that point in Zendikar where I'm like, yeah, okay, it's blue-black. Soaring Thought Thief is kind of the best thing they could possibly play, and therefore I hope that they don't. I've talked before about how it's nice to become familiar with the draft format, and that Zendikar is the only one the one I'm by far the most familiar with, although Eldraine I'm okay. And I think Theros Beyond Death we haven't done on stream, but I played a couple times, or on camera rather. This is just a nightmare, by the way, in case anyone was like wondering if I'm happy about what's happening. I'm not. I could return one of those to hand. I don't have any good cards there yet, so I'm not going to. Another mountain. I think I'll play this as a land instead. They won't trade, obviously. So this is just a bit of free damage. Unless they flashed in a duelist, then I would be really sad. See, there you go. Knowing what threats are available. I don't know. It's just kind of fun. It's exciting. You know, makes you feel smart, etc., etc. But it doesn't really help unless you actually play around them. Attacking them, like, oh, I guess I could do something that could kill me. I mean, maybe it was the right attack, but you're supposed to think of it before you take the action, not after. Makes their party bigger, it's a wizard, and it's a 3/3. These are all things I'm not happy about. At least I get to play a cleric this turn. That's something. They attack again with the Thought Thief, I assume. Oh right, I've already played the thing that draws from the graveyard, so no sense worrying about that. I think they'll greedily try to not block here and use the Relic Amulet to remove my Electromancer. I don't know, maybe throw the 3/3 away. Unclear. Depends how much party synergy they have, probably. Okay, they're respecting the red deck. That's fair. I really want them to never put another counter on this, because these two combined are overwhelming the 2/2's ability to block. Oh, also, it's making it easier for me to play this guy on turn 5, which is pretty important. We might actually be in the lead at this time, actually. That's pretty scary. I would really appreciate a way to kill that. Them having a second Death Touch is really ruining my day. But if I can draw 7th mana, this guy's a big deal. Like, I'll have 3 very large creatures. Aw, oh, man, they got the Thought Thief up to size, huh? This only has 1 still. They can't yet. I really want to attack with the Electromancer. And probably this as well. Just try to get rid of all their Death Touch stuff. And then keep playing big creatures. Oh, this is so stupid. This is a 2/4 with Death Touch. I didn't notice that. I forgot that it has Death Touch. I should have held back the 3/2. Oh. It's working. They're afraid that I have some combat trick for 1 mana? I guess it's a more successful bluff than I thought it would be. Honestly, if it kills the 2/1, I'm very happy with the attack. I don't know about very happy. I'm a little happy. This has been a pretty green game, hasn't it? Like, I played 2 Electro Mages, Electromancers or whatever, but most of what I've done has just been like play fairly large creatures and then attack with them. Oh, really? Gonna try to mill me out fast enough? That's a little bit optimistic, I think. No blocks. You're milling me a bit, but I am threatening to kill you. You must have something pretty cool you can do for 5 mana. I don't know what it is. I hope never to find out. Okay, we just swing with everything, I think? There's no way they're going to use their Death Touch to block my 1/3, so I might as well get in the damage with it. Okay. I guess use the 3/1 to block my 5/4, and the Death Touch to block the 7/5. They're actually greeting it up, huh? Wow. What if I draw Royal Eruption? Seems brave. I mean, even drawing a land would be pretty good for me. They don't know that, of course. Because I get to play the 6/6 haste creature. Yeah, I thought so. Just the Thought Thief. It's going to take a while before the Thought Thief kills me, so that's fine. Fine. It's 2 creatures, which is accelerating lethal. Oh, actually, it makes the Pack Beast threaten to kill them? They don't have any charges on their Relic Amulet at the moment. Yeah, this is why it was so greedy to block my 1/3, I think. Well, it was definitely greedy. This is one example of the ways in which it was dangerous. They don't have a counterspell, so they have to remove it. And then they also like can't attack with this. Because I have 3 creatures. I guess if they remove this one, my attack with all 3 would not be threatening lethal. So they could let in the 1/1 once. Okay. They must have some... I mean, I don't know. It's not that hard to imagine that they have something that can work here. Alright, what's the plan? Doing something on my turn? Tapping something, maybe? Glacial Grasp? Okay. And then responding by removing this? Not responding, but doing it at some point. Why do you want to tap that? Oh, because you're killing this anyway. Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Or maybe killing this. I don't actually even know which one is more important. It's a land. You're dead. Well, not dead. They can still kill the 2/1, I guess. But I can attack with everything, I think. Because they're going to kill this, right? With their charge here. And then double block my 5/4 and my 6/6. I get in for 1. And all I have is a 1/1 and this. That's actually not very good. It is, because their Death Touch things are dead, and that's fine. This threatens lethal again. Well, no, it doesn't threaten lethal next turn, because all I have is a 1/1 and a tapped 7/5, but... it's pretty close. I'm a little scared for sure. But I think it's better than waiting. I don't really accomplish anything by waiting. Duelist on my 5/4? Yeah, that's the play. Oh no, but now you can't activate this. Oh, I see. The Duelist kills... Interesting. Maybe? Wouldn't you rather use the Duelist to kill the 1/1 and then Death Touch things to kill the... I don't know, I think you should have put the Duelist here. Now your Death Touch stuff is all dead. I'm not sure. Opponent might have a better plan than I do. Oh, right, you can't use this anymore. Oh my god, you just block with it? You were supposed to block with everything, and then only tap after that. Alright, not sure what happened there. Opponent definitely could have stopped lethal that turn. I don't know who was ahead afterwards. Five wins? I mean, 5-1. Who am I to say? Apparently it's a good deck. We've definitely seen that, like, it can't be the case that I'm just an insane pilot and it's a bad deck, because I've gone 0-3 with decks that I thought were pretty good. It's not like I've made perfect decisions every game. I think they've been reasonable. That dude, 121. Pretty great draw. My red cards are all party cards, so base camp works. I have Reclaim the Wastes later, but I'm not excited to play it on turn 1, obviously. I could play the forest, draw a red, and then play these guys, but there's no rush. Base camp is fast enough. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, I don't know. White? Green? I don't think it matters much. I don't want to make that trade, I don't think. Yeah, definitely not. Let's wait until this can do something meaningful. I mean, I could play a rogue, and then the Electromancer is still online. Yeah, because if I play a rogue now, the Electromancer is actually free next turn. And then I can still reclaim the wastes for 4. Yeah, that's the right idea. Oh, or play the Colossus for 4. Oh my god, that's a much better play. Do I reclaim the wastes now then? No, I don't think so. I might want more land, right? And I'll soon be out of cards to play anyway, so playing this for 4 will be fine. Now, I don't think it matters how I tap here, because this is colorless, so... Play this for 3. There you go. Now, do I attack with my 4-2? I think it's still bad, right? Let's go with the 1-1, actually. They don't want to block either way, I don't think. So I get in some damage here for free. Ooh, okay. Siding for sure. Well, we reclaim the wastes here, right, for sure. And pick up, like, green and red, I guess? And if they want to block with everything to kill the 7-5, I'm okay with that. I could attack with the 1-1. But I think they'd be alright blocking that with the 2-2. And the thing is, if I attack with this, it's a 4-2, but they can still block it here. But if I do attack with the 1-1, I might lose the 1-1, and then this gets weaker. So I think I should probably hold both of these back. And I could attack with the 3-2, but I think they'd be happy enough to trade with the 2-1. Yeah, let's just see what they want to do about this 7-5. Okay, trade everything for it. I'll accept that. Oh, it doesn't trade everything. Yeah, it does. You know, it's looking like if there's any game where we're going to get to play that Charger dude for 10, it might be this one. We're playing this as a creature, right? And this should get in 4 damage, I assume. Oh, they're scared I might have a combat trick and that this would get in for full, maybe? Or got in 5 damage. I wonder why. What were they worried I was going to do? I don't know. I guess there's some things that could happen. Sizzling Barrage, maybe? it is kicked, so we resolve this. What will you return to my hand? I could spend this, but I think it's better not to. I'll just replay that, no big deal. I wasn't going to be able to attack with it anyway, probably. Might of Marath is a fun one. That is not Might of Marath. This is. However, I'm not sure what I can afford to attack with. I think I want to wait to Might of Marath this. Yeah, attacking now and then miting is just not really that much better than doing it next turn. And next turn I will have enough mana that I could have both of these available if necessary. Oh my gosh. They're very risen. More land is definitely not what I'm looking for. One more and I could I could play the 10 mana card. Because I have 8 land here and 1 there. If I were playing this face down, maybe I could do that. If I drew the 10 mana card, I probably would play this face down, right? Anyway, let's go in with this and see what they come up with. I don't know. If all it does is remove a 2/2, is it that great? Maybe I should go like this. I don't know. I don't like attacking with the 1/1. It's too easy for them to block. Oh, it's fine. I want to get some use out of these cards. And I need to deal some damage and get rid of their creatures, etc., etc. So, we put the Might of Marath on this guy, because it gets through more damage. And the question is, are we willing to Sajiri's Shelter here? What? Why? It still kills your thing. You just want to draw a card? You should have put it here, I think. I mean, I guess it does less damage to your face. So I could Sajiri's Shelter to keep my 1/1 alive. But I think I'd rather use it for this thing someday. I don't know, it's not really doing much right now. Neither is the 1/1 Death Touch, let's be honest. It's deterring from attacking with 5/5s, which could be an issue if they ever play a kick spell. But honestly, if they ever play another kick spell, I'm in serious trouble. Alright, I'll let the 1/1 go. I guess it also ruined this. I didn't think of that until it was too late. Now this is only a 3/2, not a 4/2. I don't know. Is that... Resolve. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, hit me for 10. Alright, I mean, I'm still pretty sad about things. Attack with the 3/2, I guess? No. wait till I attack with this as well. A squid. Doesn't seem like that big a deal, but I guess it could be. Yeah, the 2/2s are the bigger problem. Okay. I mean, actually, I think this is fine. It stops them drawing a card and lets me attack with my 3/2 a bit. I think they really want to draw a card. I will not allow it. And now it also gets to attack, which is nice. Because they're not allowed to block it. This doesn't help. They just block into the 0/5. They know my hand's empty. I'm pretty far behind, I think. Oh, well, that helps. Staves off destruction for a while. Also, it's a cleric. They just block this with a 0/5. It doesn't even do anything to attack. Let's just hold on to it. Or they kill it. It just gives them the choice. Do you want to kill this or not? It accomplishes nothing. Kind of wish I had my rogue back. But then they'd have more 2/2 flyers and I'd probably be dead by now. Hey! A flyer and also a rogue! Do I want to attack with these or not? This they're probably blocking with a single 3/2. Means these, they can only block one with a 3/2. This they block here. So this is basically forcing them to give away a 3/2 for one of my 3/2s. I guess it's fine. And it gets in some damage. Not a lot, but some. Yeah, that's definitely better to block with the squid. Okay, attacking with those didn't get any damage, but it means they're having to lose a 3/2, which is also fine. And I have a snare caster, so they're no longer clocking me for 2. If they play another kick spell, I'm in disastrous shape. The nightmare. It never ends. Okay. I have to win like this turn. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's good enough. Maybe they can't swing with their 5/5s? Yeah, that's kind of a thought that I didn't think of until just a bit too late. So, I think we don't attack until we can swing with more things. They're not killing me that quickly yet. Also, they have a combat trick. If they attack with the flyers, I just respond by killing them, I think. That's kind of a cool feature to have. I can just hang on here, do nothing. Yeah. We've reached a stalemate quite late in the game. An opponent... God, Jesus Christ. Opponent certainly has the edge because they have the Roost of Drakes, which makes the cards they draw more impactful than mine are. But I have some fairly good cards in here. It would be nice to draw one of them someday. I've dreamed of that ever since I was a child, eventually drawing one of my good cards. Like, just draw the 10/10 to make me feel dumb for saying, or the 10 cost creature, to make me feel dumb for saying you never spend 10 mana. Anyway, gaining all this life is pretty cool. That's nice. You have a million 2/2s now. This is actually fine. It'll take 5 turns, but it'll get there. I want my bug catcher back is what I want. Can you afford to attack with 3? I haven't mathed it out. I hope not. Probably with a Chilling Trap in hand. Oh, this is such a perfect draw. It combos so well with this. It threatens lethal next turn. It's a tiny creature that can get big. Actually, maybe the Chilling Trap is enough. I don't think. How much mana do I even have? 5, 10, 12? I could activate this 3 times? 4 times? Yeah, they can't stop this except by removing it. Or countering it, obviously, but I think they would have countered this if they could. Oh, I can only activate it 3 times, giving it 7 power. Because I also have to pay 2 mana for this, right? Okay. So we block 1. And now they're attacking for 16. That's obviously more than I would like to lose. So I think we killed their 5/5s. That's fine. And double block one of them. It doesn't really accomplish much compared to not double blocking, I think. They can still get one of these to survive by Chilling Trapping me, but they can't get both to survive whether I double block or not. Ah. Let's do that. Now they can't get them to survive at all. And if they Chilling Trap now, they're actually going to die on my turn. But if they don't Chilling Trap now, I might be able to... Ooh, that's exciting. What are they targeting with it? That one. Making it a 10/10? I'm not so sure. You could have me dead pretty quickly. I don't know, I guess I'm dead next turn anyway. Oh, but they tapped... Oh, it cost only 1. Oh, the worst. So let me just confirm the count here. They have 6 creatures and I have 5. So if I attack with everything, they don't have to let anything in. So I shouldn't do that. Instead, I should give this as much power as I can. 5, 10, 11, 12. Minus 2 is 10. Activate this 3 times. It's a 7/3. They block. It's... They tap it. It's a 3/3, and I don't quite get in there, huh? That's really sad. And I don't think attacking with everything can possibly work. Yeah. And I'm dead next turn, so what was I supposed to do? I don't know, maybe I should have played this guy first before I lose my only warrior. I clearly should have, but it also clearly doesn't matter. I hate it. And I can either play that or this. I mean, they have 8 flyers at 2 damage each, minus 1 of them is 14. I'm like extremely dead. So I might as well just do the 1, and I still threaten lethal next turn anyway. But I'm dead before next turn, which is the more pressing concern. I only heard the sound 5 times. Does it, like, if you have a large enough stack of tokens, does it not make them all attack you individually? Did I mishear the number of sounds? I wasn't counting it, I just, like, played it back in my mental audio buffer and it sounded like 5. This is fine. I don't have anything cheap, but I do have 3 mana and some creatures to eventually play. I don't like it, but I think it's better than mulliganing. And if I eventually draw a base camp, or the plains, or reclaim the wastes, or whatever that card is called, I can actually play this. Interesting. Opponent's playing this. They must have a fairly small number of lands in hand, because I feel like you would prefer to be able to play this on turn 2 if... Right? Like, shouldn't you have played this, and then on turn 2 played this, and you'd have this as a 1/1 instead? Huh. I don't think this is that important right now. It doesn't do anything. I might actually be able to kick it someday. Obviously that's pretty far in the future. I think I'll just hang on to this. Might of Marasa to kill the 3/3. Okay. I don't get to keep my 1/1, but oh no. Disaster. It's actually too big to be killed by Might of Marasa now. Well, maybe I can just wait until I get an Acolyte then. Or Ascetic. Which will be next turn. Slower than I would like, for sure. Gonna take a chunk of damage, but I do have 8 life gain in hand. I'll try to block a 1/1. I don't know if it's gonna work. But I don't want to block here. I need the mana. I don't really need the party feature. Okay. I could have Might of Marasa to keep the 1/1 alive, but it's just not my most important card right now. I hate you so much! Who knew that's what my 1/1 was important for? Was for keeping my other 1/1 alive. In response to Demon's Disciple. Alright, well let's draw a land, please. Like, ASAP? No such luck. That is going to be a big problem also. Oh, trample, sure. I think I'm dead now, even if I draw a land to play this. I gain life, maybe I live. Didn't happen. Well, if I don't play any creatures, they can attack with 2 large creatures, and I can only block 1, and then I die. So I don't even have to think about whether this lets me live. It's obviously the best play. Better than this because it has more life. And then we just see if I can somehow live here. I can't. They can get in for 5. Right, block 4 of this damage and 3 of this damage. But I'm still taking 2, 5. Yeah, attack with everything kills me. No blocks. Good game. I actually had a pretty reasonable start, too. Like, I kept a questionable hand, but I drew, like, cards that were okay, not great. Opponent just had a great start. And, you know, you can't complain. That happens when you're playing 8 games. You know, you get outdrawn in the early game. It was not a very consistent deck. I'm very happy we made it to 5. I don't know. Cool. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.